So today, guys, we're in the 2025 Grand Highlander Limited model, and that's going to have your 12.3-inch MID screen, or your multi-informational display. So what I want to discuss with you today is the function of this right here, how to navigate between your different screens, and some of the information you're going to see. So with that being said, let's dive right in. So guys, looking at my multi-informational display here, I can change the information I'm seeing on these clusters here. So the left cluster and also on the right cluster. Now, if I want to do that, what I need to do first of all is press and hold this OK button. There we go. So now I can swing that left and right. And if I swing it a little bit further left, I can select what I would like to see. So let's say I want to have my trip A, and we'll add trip B also. If I swing back to the right, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to add my fuel economy, my navigation, and maybe some music as I drive. Okay? So now I'm going to hit the back button here to save those. Now, as I go up here, I should see the information that I've saved. So there's my fuel economy. Go back over to the left here, and that's going to be my trip B right there. Now, let's say I want to basically reset that, and I want to keep up with the miles that I'm driving for business purposes, so I can get paid for my gas mileage, right? So the first thing you want to do is you want to press this OK button again. Okay, you want to swing over to the trip B there. You're going to press OK and hold it for about 2 seconds, and that's going to reset that, okay? So once I reset it, now I'm ready to actually record those miles. Once I back out, that's going to save those settings that I've set it at. So now I'm recording my miles, you know, because I'm using my vehicle for business purposes. I'm recording my miles, okay, right, on that particular trip. And on the right-hand side, I'm keeping up with how my vehicle is doing as far as my fuel economy. So in addition to being able to customize these two panels here, you have access up to 3 different sort of presets here. So that's your third, your second, and your first. And that's going to be preset information that's already in the system. But like I said before, if you want to customize this here, you're going to press and hold this OK button, and then that cursor is going to come up, and then you can swing left or either right, and you can change the information that you're seeing, or either go further right and customize even further the information that you would like to see. So therefore, it's not redundant where you have information here and information there that are the same. Now, there's some other options here that I'm seeing on the screen that I want to basically address as well. So I happen to know that this one right here is your lane departure, okay? Your lane departure is going to activate at 32 miles per hour. That's going to give you a little nudge of the steering wheel if you're going outside of your lane and stuff like that. Sort of promotes better changing of the lanes by using your signal, okay? The next one here, this is going to be my proactive drive assist, and that's constantly being proactive by looking for vehicles that may be braking, or maybe I'm too close to an obstacle on the left or right, and it's going to adjust the vehicle. All these you can disable or turn off, okay? The next one here, so you'll see your adaptive cruise control. I'll show you what that one is, and also your lane trace assist here, so I can turn that on and off, guys. So let's go right into those particular features and how I'm going to be able to change those features. Now, you see the settings button on the screen right here. You're going to hit the OK button. This time you're going to tap it. You're not going to hold it, so just tap it. And that's going to go into this particular screen here. The first one I see is your acronym is for your lane departure assists. Now, I can turn that on or off. As you can see, that the icon is blinking on and off. If I turn it on, I have a setting for my audible and a vibrating option of the steering wheel, okay? If I turn that off, that's audible. And of course, it's going to vibrate the steering wheel if not. It depends on what I want, okay? Then I have the sensitivity, okay? That's a low and a high. And like I said, that's going to give you the little nudge of the steering wheel if you go outside of your lane. Now, going back, this is going to be your blind spot monitoring. So the blind spot monitoring is standard on the limited model, and that's going to allow me to basically change the timing, which is the sensitivity. You can have the brightness, and also even gives you a sort of a buzz alert or a ping if there's a vehicle in your blind spot. That is fairly new on your Toyota models. Before in the past, it was strictly a visual, not a audible, but it does give you that buzz alert, as you can see. Now, as you go down right here, your pre-collision, so that's going to give you a direct feedback because it has this little camera right here that gives you a depth perception, and also you have your sensors and have a sensor in the front that sort of pings off of that vehicle in front of you and gives you direct feedback as to whether or not you're a little bit too close according to the speed that you're traveling. So you may need to brake. If it doesn't, then the vehicle can and will apply the brakes for you in particular models, not all your models. Your next one here is your proactive driver assist, as I mentioned before. That's constantly looking for vehicles around you and being proactive as far as braking. You may feel a slight braking If you're driving down the street and there's a vehicle in front of you, you may feel a slight braking. It's just anticipating that the vehicle is braking, and the vehicle is proactively applying the brakes for you just a tad in anticipation of that vehicle perhaps braking, and therefore you can brake and keep you and your family safe. The next one here, if we scroll down, that's going to be your park assist. So your sensors are standard on the limited model in the Grand Highlander. So that's on the front and the back, and that's going to give you that sonar that bounces off of the object, whether or not it's a curb or a vehicle or something in front of you that perhaps you're not seeing, and giving you direct feedback. The next one is your rear cross traffic alert. So that uses your blind spot monitoring modules that's in your back bumpers. You'll see those as well. You'll see the screen here. So if you look at the screen here, it'll show you if a vehicle is crossing from left to right. It'll show you the arrows pointing from right to left or either left to right, depending on which direction they're coming from. And that is your rear cross traffic alert. Now, it also uses that camera for detection, so that's your rear camera detection also. Here you have your safety braking, so that's for the front and the back. That's what those sensors are for. Those are clearance sensors, guys. So that gives you that clearance, and that's your safety braking that you're going to see that's going to activate that or not based on when you're at lower speeds. That's what's going to help stop your vehicle. So that's your safety braking. You can turn that on and off. The one right under that is going to be your safe exit assist. So if you're down, say if you're at a festival or something like that, and you park near a busy roadside, once you go to open that door, what you're going to see and hear, you're going to see that blind spot indicator flash right there, guys. And that's going to let you know that there's a vehicle or a cyclist that's perhaps crossing that you need to be aware of. You don't need to open that door. So that's what that is for on your safe exit assist. So you can turn that on and off once again. Road sign assist, so stop signs, yield signs, do not enter speed limits. You see those as you come across those, and you typically see those right in there. That is your road sign assist, guys. So all these things are part of your Toyota Safety Sense 3.0. Certain variations are not available, such as your safe exit assist, your PDA, things that they're not going to be available on any revision on your Toyota Safety Sense prior to the 3.0. So just be mindful of that. Now down below here, you do have additional settings here where you actually have what they call a brake suggestion. That brake suggestion is just merely suggesting that you take a break if you've been driving for maybe 4 hours or something like that. It just asks you whether or not you want to take a break. That's what that is for. Your DRCC, that's going to help you with slight acceleration or slight braking based on if you're going around a curve and the car thinks that, the system maybe thinks that, hey, you're going a little bit too fast to be able to take that curve. Apply the brakes just a little bit to make sure you stay in control of that vehicle. So that's what that is for. It's all for your safety, guys. The next one here is going to be your power back door. Your Grand Highlander models, all your models have your power back door. So you can turn that on and off. And this is where you can disable it right here, guys. So just turn it on and off. And you also have a hands-free here on the limited model. So you can there's a kick sensor in the back just to the left of the center. And you'll be able to raise and lower that as long as you have that key on you. Otherwise, anybody can walk past your vehicle and open your door, and it just does not work like that, guys. You have to have that key in hand to be able to sense that the car senses that you have the key on you. Hey, go ahead and use that kick sensor feature, and there you go. Now, you do have a opening adjustment as well where you can open it at different intervals. You can do that from the gate itself, from the power back door in the back, but you can also do it from here where you actually have your highest setting right here. You have a custom setting, and of course you have your settings all the way up to 5. So you have that as well. And then you have your chime right here, which is just your volume of that chime whenever you open it up. So that's what that is for. And then you have your tire pressure warning setting. Tire pressure warning setting is standard on all your models, probably since like 2009, to make sure that your tire is not underinflated, you don't have a blowout and it ends up really bad and causing a fatal accident. Your media settings right here, you have your language, of course, you can go between your English, French, Spanish. Your units, if you're going to Canada, something like that, you can change between kilometers per hour, things like that. Your meter type, you can change the way it looks here on the screen here. So you can change to this particular one right here. You can actually open up your widgets and you can get those widgets or without, right? We go back here, so let's go to this cluster here. So once again, you can change your widgets or not, right? You see that sort of pops up, all right? And then back to what we had before, which is a dual cluster here, which is your 12.3. It takes full advantage of all your information that you're able to see in this particular model, and you're hitting OK to go between those. Now your meter style depends on how you feel that day. If you're feeling a little casual, then hey, that's your look. You're feeling a little bit smarter, You have a smart look, you have a tough, and then you have a sporty, guys. So if you're really feeling really sporty, you have that sporty setting as well. So you can change to whatever you want. So now if you go back out here, we're going to go all the way back out, and it goes back to this particular screen. Now, as you go up, you have different pieces of information as well. Now, if you're using your map or something like that, not your Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, whenever you register your Toyota app, you get a complimentary subscriptions to what they call Drive Connect. And Drive Connect is your cloud-based navigation. That is complimentary for a year, but that's typically what you're going to see on the screen here if you're using that particular navigation. So you have potential up to about 3 different navigations on your new vehicle. So you have your cloud-based navigation, which is this navigation here through your Drive Connect. You have your Waze, and then you have your Google Maps. So those are 3 different navigations that you have access up to, whether or not you have an Android or Apple phone. That is your multi-informational display. If you guys have any questions, please leave those in the comments. Thanks again for following. Find me right here on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram at Andre Drives, and also my latest account at Blue Skies. Guys, thanks again for following. We'll see you guys next time right here at Andre Drives.